This is going to be our project kickoff meeting agenda, and what we decided on for the name is the Better Today Than Tomorrow Homeless Work Program. We're Group 6, and I am the project manager and bureau. And we have different participants if y'all would want to introduce yourself.
I'm
I'm Court.
William Green.
All right, Courtney, you're good.
I'm James Stoner.
And I'm Jessica Peters.
Oh, Courtney, we didn't get you.
It's fine. I'm Courtney Wren.
All right. I don't even know whose number that is. But basically, what our project is in Boone, the homeless population is, we haven't actually looked at the statistic for it, but there's a certain amount of population in Boone that's homeless, and there's a certain amount living in the hospitality house. As COVID cases are still escalating in Boone, there is also significantly amounts of, excuse me, I'm not reading this correct. Um, there's significant decreases in the capacity at which the hospitality house can take in new residents. So, as a group of Appalachian State students, we will directly work with the homeless that have yet to be admitted to the hospitality house by offering short term job opportunities for a set wage rather than simply just giving them a handout in order to help them be self sufficient or get closer to that goal rather than tomorrow. And Courtney's going to talk to you a little bit about how we use the Fibonacci sequence to come up with this project idea.
So we all had a few different ideas. So we sat down and we took the Fibonacci sequence and we used different numbers to determine which idea had basically a higher scale of or the size of the task. And so we came up with different ideas such as building a building. We came up with ideas such as helping the homeless. And we determined that the size of the task, such as building a building, was kind of a smaller task, even though it's large in itself. But helping the homeless was a larger task because it required a lot more, such as having them get jobs and having them find permanent housing and just having different skill sets and even education. So that made it a larger task. So we came to use that idea instead. So we all had disclosed our numbers and showed our numbers and discussed it. And we came upon the idea at first of building a homeless shelter. And then we decided to downsize it into implementing a program into the current homeless shelter at the hospitality house in Boone. So that leaves us with basically our agenda and our project. And I guess we can go into the purpose. So, our purpose is to provide a financially beneficial opportunity that can benefit the homeless today rather than tomorrow, and also really benefit the whole community.
Perfect. Thanks, Courtney. And now William will be talking to us about the goals and deliverables.
Yeah, so for our goals, we said that many people's lives have been affected in one way or another because of COVID, and the homeless population will continue to grow, especially because of challenges such as new restrictions provided by the CDC. We aim to benefit the homeless within the span of a year and a half in order to decrease the homeless population in Boone by launching the Better Today Than Tomorrow homeless work program. Um, we will measure our goals by how many people per week that we help. Um, Launching this program will require lots of resources. To fund our project, we will have to find sponsors, um, and that will help form our budget. By doing this, we expect to, in a year and a half, to see homeless population in Boone decrease. Um, if we lay all these things out, hopefully the goal is to not only help the homeless, but transfer them into more permanent solutions by finding them work, by providing skills and jobs and that kind of thing. So moving into the deliverables, we use the tree thing, and we decided that the trunk is our program. The roots involve the funding, equipment, and volunteers. The branches can be the short-term branches are providing work, and then slowly moving on, they'll begin to have skills that then they can then take into the workforce, and they can find success and hopefully set themselves up for a better future. Some seeds that also will be kind of like on the side, or other benefits, are providing shelter. If they're at the hospitality house, they'll have access to housing, food, and safety, which is another top priority.
Now we're going to have James talk to us a little bit about the roles that we're going to have in this project and also the assumptions and risks.
So, our project participants, we already introduced ourselves, but we have our own separate roles inside of our thing. Anne is obviously the project manager. Me, I am the logistics coordinator. Jessica is the sponsorship slash donation slash fundraising handler. Courtney is the human resources slash mentor, and William is the financial advisor slash accountant. On to the project assumptions and risk. We used the sailboat idea to come up with some of these. Some of the assumptions were that we might not have volunteers, or we might have volunteers. We might have donations, or we might not have donations and sponsorships. The transportation system could be a win or could be a fail. Our budget, you don't want to go over the budget. You can see down here in our picture, we are Team 6, the sailboat, powered by wind, the love and thumbs up. Our goal and our vision is to see that happy homeless man having a job and he loves America. Our anchors, so our anchors are our problems that could come up. We could have COVID, you never know what's coming up. COVID 3000 could be a thing. Criminal activity could be a problem for us, since a lot of people are homeless because of criminal activity and it stays with them. The rocks and risks that we could run into are, again, you can see these college students here very busy. We'll never know if they want to actually help us out or not. And money, again, is a big one. And then we have our project plan.
So, obviously we have these ideas laid out and everything, but we need like a plan to kind of like help with those ideas. So to start, we wanted to like have fundraisers, and kind of talk about the issue of homelessness. We wanted to, well, we need to find sponsors for that. Hopefully, we'll be able to collaborate with local businesses in order to get some kind of donation from them. And then we'll need to find like a van rental company to help with like safe transportation to get these homeless people to their shelters, to and from all that stuff. And then success factors with that would be having the available equipment. Again, transportation and some sort of safe ride system. A 24/7 accessible services dedicated to seeking alternative housing arrangements as well. And lastly, supportive and community-based resources would definitely help with the success factors.
Can you explain a little bit of the summary a little bit too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, again, as a group of Appalachian State students, we will work with the Hospitality Houses Rise of the High Country Services in Boone to add a rehabilitation slash work program that will provide short-term job opportunities to the hospitality house residents so that it can help residents reach self-sufficiency. We also hope to equip the homeless population of Boone with the best opportunities and skills available that will make them credible for employment and hopefully will be able to translate into any sort of future job they hope to seek. And then this program will allow the homeless to get back on their feet, provide care for themselves, and assist them in finding a safe and permanent living situation, keep them off the streets and towards a better future.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And also, we have our status meetings. We're going to do them weekly around like Monday at 2 p.m. on Zoom. And our communication plans that we have, we've been Zooming, text message, GroupMe, email, and Google Drive. Two questions that we put in our open-ended questions section is what is the best way to get the homeless back on their feet? We're still kind of discussing that, and we're going to discuss that in probably our next meeting. And also, along with that, seeking long-term housing for the program. So we'll be talking about that in our next meeting as well. But that is our kickoff agenda for our project, and we will. That's it, actually.
In recording.
Bye.